Today on So What? Why using ChatGPT in your classroom takes a dream team to be effective. The bottom line? The technology is changing too fast. That's the big takeaway from a recent announcement that the University of Southern California is working with experts from its 22 schools and beyond to figure out how to effectively use generative artificial intelligence in education. So what? Well, the message to classroom teachers and local school leaders is straightforward. It's pretty tricky for any single person or group to fully grasp how generative AI could affect our students, our classrooms, and even entire school districts. It's just too complicated to wing it in isolation or fly by the seat of our pants. What's clear is, quote, "This emerging technology is changing the ways we live, work, and play," said USC President Carol L. Folt. AI-based tools are advancing so quickly, and we've already found that keeping up with what's changing daily is like drinking from a fire hose. No teacher, tech guru, or school district can do it alone. Which is exactly why USC is connecting with people from diverse disciplines to explore and stay on top of how to best use generative AI in the classroom and beyond. Well, now what? Well, most educators following the rocket rise of ChatGPT know that it can do a lot of good and a lot of harm. To minimize the harm, we'll want to collaborate with others inside and outside of our classrooms who are closely following and sharing the impact of generative AI on our students, clarifying what guardrails we need to put in place, and are confirming which AI tools and teaching strategies work and which don't. So if you're a teacher who's been thinking, I really need to be a little bit more collaborative, well, now is a very good time to start. Next up, why ChatGPT will likely be a roller coaster ride for educators no matter what. To ban or not to ban? A lot of people are still asking this question. And last week, Italy became the first Western country to ban ChatGPT completely. At least that's what they're doing today. The first question is, why? The second question is, how might this create a rocky ride for educators in the U.S.? Reed Blackman, author of the book Ethical Machines, published by Harvard Business Review, answers at least the first question.
It's a matter of privacy concerns. One is that certain kinds of data was leaked, so some users could see other users' chats and also payment information. The second side of the privacy issue is that in order to create or to train that AI, OpenAI, the company that created it, used a tremendous amount of data drawn from the internet. But there's a major concern that some of the information that they drew from included personal information. As for why ban it, I don't really know. And a ban does seem rather extreme.
While Blackman thinks a ban is extreme, Ursula Packel, Deputy Director of the European Consumer Organization, has a different view, one that educators might want to pay attention to.
This incident now with the ChatGPT is very important. It's kind of a wake-up call on the European Union, because even though we're working on this AI Act, or the European institutions are working on it, it will not be applicable, I would say, for another 4 years. And we have seen how fast this development was with the ChatGPT.
So what? Well, for teachers, it means we'll be on the ground scrambling to figure out how to use and manage ChatGPT in our classrooms, while the rules of ChatGPT are still up in the air. If that ban spreads like dominoes falling across Europe, it could eventually reach the U.S., where leaders, worried about how user information can be abused, are already pushing a national ban on TikTok. So there's a lot at stake, and it will likely be a while before any of us in the education community gets clarity on where all of this is going. In the meantime, it looks like we'll need to buckle up and prepare for a roller coaster ride with lots of ups, downs, and sharp turns. A final thought. There are a lot of new books, articles, and podcasts coming out about generative AI in education, and we're finding that by the time many are published, including some of ours, they're already outdated. Most of us are used to the slow, grinding pace of change in education, but we're quickly discovering that when it comes to generative AI, we'll need to shift our thinking to the fast lane. This could be a lot of fun. I'm Jim Brower.
BRN, where educators share what works.